morning folks. So today we're going to do something a little bit different and we're going to look at an entry-level detector. So loads of people are always saying to me, like, want to get into the hobby, don't want to spend a fortune, can I recommend a detector? And without spending a fortune, I can't recommend a detector. So I thought I'd grab a few things that are available on Amazon and give them a test and see if they're any good. So today, hello. Today I've got the OMMO. This is the GC-1067. Takes normal batteries, it's not rechargeable. Looks a bit like a Vortex, naughty. But yeah, we'll give it a try. Well, so what I've done is I've bought a array of coins, silver coins, buckles, copper coins, bits and bobs. I'm going to bury them at depth. I've got my tape measure with me as well, and I'll show you that. And then we're going to see how this little badger, how it does. I think this is about £120 or something like that on Amazon. I will put the price up somewhere there now. But I'm going to get a couple of these over the next few weeks and do some testing with them, and we'll see what's what. So let's get things buried, get things set up, and I'll see you on that first demo. So, what's in the box? As I say, it looks a bit like a Garrett Vortex. But let's have a look. What do we get? Carry bag. Instruction manual in English. No way. A miniature spade or digging tool. I mean, I'll be honest, you didn't need to put this in. I can't see what this will do for you. It's got a little pickaxe in it as well. So the handle screws in there. That will then screw down eventually. And there is a little whacker and a scraper. Not sure that's going to be too useful, but it's in the box. Okay, so what else have we got? Lower stem and upper stem. A nice cuff. So that cuff must attach into this upper stemmed part, I would have thought. Talking rubbish. This is what us adults are all about. We never. That'll be like that. That'll be like right. Okay. We never look at instructions as blokes. Okay. So then that must go in there like that, and then I would assume there goes. So there we have it. Handle's already set up. Nice and quick. Adjustable cuff, which definitely do need to adjust it for me. I've got big old arms. You can adjust the height of the cuff to the handle, so it's just right. Okay, where's the actual machine? We've got headphones, most important thing, and we've got the coil. So that looks about a 9 or 10 inch coil, I would have thought. How's this all go together? So we've got a rubber seal, we've got a screw thread. So that must go on there. That goes through. I would have said it that way, yeah. And then we can tighten that coil up to the right angle that we want. Feed this line around and then we're ready for the control unit. Now the control unit takes two 9-volt batteries, not rechargeable, so if you do purchase one of these things, remember, always have spares, because you don't want to be out on the field and run out of battery. Okay, so how does this go? So this must go. Have I got something upside down here? Yes, I have. So I've put something together wrong here, guys. Let's just rectify that. No, that's right, but that's got to be the bottom, like that. Oh yeah, put the coil on upside down. What a muppet. We might cut this bit out. Let's get this sorted. So, come on. So, you might see him come into shot shortly. Little Andy's actually detecting. This is our field of dreams. It's our best field by far. Only at the moment. Okay, come on. At the moment, it's not producing as well as it has done in previous years, and I put that down to soil conditions. But that's not going to affect today's test of this little gadget, because I bought a load of fines, which I'll show you in a minute, and we'll take you through what this machine can do. Right, so I'll get this set up. Obviously, the thing to remember with this as well, guys, is that once you are set up, you're probably never going to mess with it again. So that goes in there. That screws on, and then that just clips on there. Okay, and then underneath there is a screw hole. I've only just noticed, and that locks that control unit in place, and then we're ready to rumble. So let's extend this out as much as it'll go. Oh, blimey, that's too far, because I am a bit taller, so I need it to be just right for me. And there we go, one detector. So, as I was saying, it looks similar to a vortex in look. So, not too poorly made, to be fair. Could do a little bit of rubber on the handle, but that's comfortable enough. The upper part is metal, the bottom part nearer the coil is plastic, as you would expect, with plastic threads, and not a bad size coil. Okay, so powering on, and that's it, we're on, we're ready to go. So we've got sensitivity, and we can increase that, and I'll show you this closer up, but I've gone to a good sensitivity, and the volume, increase the volume, and then we've got a discriminator, various modes, a bit like the Garrett again. So we've got jewellery, we've got all metal, and knocking onto jewellery knocks off the iron. So, but I like to hear all metal, so I'll keep it on there. And then we've got PP, which is a pinpointing function. So everything you need to be good at this task, at this hobby. Right, let's turn that off for a minute. And let's bury some gubbies, and I'll show you that right now. I know that the ground is soft, and it would be different on pasture, but unfortunately the ground in the fields is way too hard. So this hole here is 5 inches deep, and at 5 inches we're going to put a hammy. So that's in there. I'll cover that over. That's my first hole. Then over here we have 6 inches deep, I think, and at 6 inches deep we're going to put a cartwheel penny and lay it flat, cover it back over. Happy days. On to this next one. Oh, blimey. We are 5 inches deep, and at 5 inches deep goes this beautiful little buckle. Let's cover that back over. Coming to the end of it, don't fret. So here we are, 4 inches deep, and at 4 inches I'm going to put a beautiful bullhead shilling. Let's put that down. And finally, I think it's finally at just 4 inches deep, well 3 inches deep should I say, we're going to put a watch winder. So there we go. We are all buried. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, let's get the detector and see how we found. Okay, so first things first. For a tall person like myself, I'm 6 foot tall. This detector is probably, I'm going to say, 3 inches too short for me, really. But for somebody that's maybe 5 foot, 5.5 foot, or a child, this is absolutely fantastic. I'm just wondering if I can adjust it, but I don't think I've got much in the way of adjustment. Let's just see. Have we got anything? Let me loosen that. Let me see if I've got more adjustment that can be had. I'll try that in a bit. I'm all together, so let's power up. Okay, so as I said, I'll camera across here. You've got your display, and we've got all metal and a few other bits and bobs all set up. I'll do a much closer shot of that. From a keys perspective, you have power, pinpointer, the mode which switches discrimination off and what have you, sensitivity, volume, up and down buttons. Put that back on for now. On the side, an earphone socket, and it does come with earphones. It has got on the back a speaker, so you don't need to wear earphones with it, but when you're out in the field, if you're new to the hobby, it is definitely the way forward. You don't want to be disrupting other people. Right, so I'm leaving it on all metal. Let's see what it picks up. So I think we're at 5 inches here, I think. That's a good signal. And here we were, I think, 6 inches. That's the coin. Recovery is quite good over here. That's the hammy. Where were we? Over here. We had a silver shilling, I believe. It's giving a good reading on this. So 3 bars down, what, 6 inches, which is about what we said it was. Now finally over here, I think that was the watch winder, and it's still picking that up. Okay, let me grab the digging tool and we'll get a few things out the ground. Oh, I'm here. So, just to prove that it is what it says it is, and I know that I know where these are because I buried them, but if I was walking in the field, I would just be swinging nice and steady pace, and I'm bound to find it if I go over it. So let's have a look. And that is a silver bullhead. It found that one. Remember, fill your holes, even on a field that's ploughed. Next signal. I need to look to see if I've got any iron so we can see what that sounds like. But this should be a watch winder somewhere here. Oh. And again, there we go, a watch winder. Right, where were we next? Nice high tone, 4 to 5 inches down. I think I'm off with me digging. And there we go. One cartwheel penny. Again, that was at the deepest, at just over 6 inches. So, what haven't we done? So here, again, I think we're at 4 to 5 inches, and we've got a buckle. The buckle. Now, if you hear the tone, I think that's because of the shape of it. It's a D-buckle. The detector doesn't know if it's a coin or something else. It gives you 2 different tones, but that's fine. That's a digger every day. And finally, we've got a hammered coin. So was that here? There's my digging tool. Fill me hole. Right. So digging down. And there we go, a hammered coin, an Elizabeth sixpence, heavily clipped, but it found it. And if I run that over the detector, you can hear that's a perfect sound. So, oh bugger. Camera work isn't great. Let's see if there's anything that I haven't planted down this little strip. Let's just have a look. Well, it's found something just there. Let me get a digging tool. I'll get me spade this time. Let's see what we've got. Oh, well, it's out. Ow! Blimey. That's what's it picked up. I could do with my pointer. So here somewhere, so in my hand I have something. So this is the other thing, guys, is that a pointer or a probe is okay, isn't a must, but massively helps. So one thing it is picking up, and I'll see if the discrimination will get rid of it, is coke. The detectorists, bloody nemesis coke is. All good detectorists pick it up. It's a highly mineralised piece of stone. It's coal, basically. And yeah, it's hard to get away with. But let's see if we can discriminate it out. See how good the discrimination is. So, coke on the floor. So if I discriminate out, nope. It's not quite there. There you go, and it's not perfect, but it's an entry-level machine. But for the most part, it's discriminated that out with a small tweak. Did I bring anything iron with me? I'm not sure I did, so I can't show you what it sounds like with iron, although coke is a good shout. But all in all, would I recommend the OMMO GC-1067? I think if you're brand new to the hobby and you're not sure whether you want to fork out a lot of money on a good detector, that, as an entry level, that's not bad. That's found hammered coins, silver coins, cartwheel pennies and a buckle in a field that's the ground's been disturbed. So would I recommend it? Yeah, I think I would. And good for a smaller child as well, that again is new to the hobby, just wants to see if it's for them. Yeah, I think I'm impressed with this. Didn't expect too much, and it's definitely shown me what you can get these days. Back when I was younger, a cheap detector or cheapish detector wasn't great, it was more like a toy. This is definitely not a toy. It could do with a few improvements, I'll be honest. Having a rechargeable battery on board would be fantastic. Maybe a little bit more length in the pole, but overall, I can't grumble with that. Can't grumble at all. Yeah. Right. So guys, as I said, I'll show you a little bit of the menu. So your power, your pinpoint function, your mode, sensitivity, volume, and your ups and downs. So let's power on. We're ready to go. So pinpoint function, press there. Ooh. Pinpoint is a little bit slow to respond, but does the job. We'll come out of that. Then we've got mode. So we're in discrimination mode at the moment, and it's open to everything. Then we can have we can preset it with the memory. So jewelry, get rid of the iron, which is there, and basically pick up coins, ring pulls and jewellery. And that there is all metal, which is how I love to run it. I like to hear the iron. But we can go to here, discrimination, and we should be able to knock off, using discrimination, the things that we don't want. And bring them back in with the minus key. And we can also change the sensitivity. So sensitivity at the moment was at halfway. That's at full sensitivity. And we can come right back down. And then we can switch over to volume. Wrong one, bloody thing, and volume. And it just cycles through, so that's low, louder, loudest, back to low. So that's the medium setting. And that is pretty much it. There's not a lot to it. It's a great little thing. Let's just run over. So there's all the bits I was testing. Let's just see what happens when we run over one. So it's telling you there 4 inches. And that's about 4 inches me out off the ground. And it's giving you a 78 reading. So all in all, not bad. It's also, I didn't realise it's also identifying that it's a coin that I've gone over. I didn't notice that. All within the coin range. So, yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Would definitely have no issues recommending this to somebody brand new to the hobby or a small child that wants to get into the hobby. Right, guys. What I might do, I might put this up as a competition. So when I get to 1,000 subs, I think I'm 300 subs off that now, but when I do get to 1,000 subs, I will give away to one lucky viewer this OMMO metal detector, all boxed up, shipped for free. How's that? Can't beat them kind of things. So, until next time, I'll see you somewhere in a field.